Are we seeing what we're seeing here?
We are, you know?
One of their own dancers actually spoke out and said that we weren't trying to depict.
Hey guys, welcome back to Human No Resource.
I'm sure you guys are feeling the same way we're feeling.
Yeah, okay.
What?
So the Olympics is being hosted by France. We have a lot to say about this, first of all, okay?
Yeah.
But for people who don't know, the last time France hosted the Olympics was in 1924. So they had a whole century to get it right. That's what I'm going to say.
100 years.
100 years.
To get it right. Let me make this clear for people who don't know this. Countries fight, okay, to host Olympics, FIFA, you name it. Why? Because it's such an economical boom. Tourism.
Oh, yeah.
Investors around the world, they're going to come try to capitalize on the opportunity. But apart from the business aspect of things, keep in mind you are going to be playing host to a lot of guests because this is a world event, right? So you got to be considerate of politics, religion, culture, sensitivity, Maddie. You got to keep that in mind all the time. But if there's one thing as a country who's hosting you got to do, is put on a good show.
Represent your country.
Yeah, and your culture too.
Yeah. So for the organizer to do what they did was a disservice to the people of France and also people of the world. Thought they were going to show the allure, you know what I mean? Of what being French is, the baguettes, the history. A lot of famous artists comes from there. Now, what people don't know is they had spent $130 million of the taxpayer monies of Yes!
Okay, so let's talk about the scenes that caught a lot of people's attention and why people are boycotting the Olympics. So this is the first scene, guys, that went wild.
Ça ira, as I said, ça ira, all will be well.
No, absolutely not.
Well, this part of the ceremony is entitled Liberty and the Quest for...
The quest for liberty?
Yeah.
You would have... Okay, so go ahead. You know history more than I do.
Okay, so the lady depicted with her head chopped off is Marie Antoinette. She is the last queen consort of France, and she was...
taken out of this world
with a guillotine. Guillotine, right?
Yeah.
In 1793.
Right. Okay, so I don't know what that guy was saying, but if you want to talking about liberty and all that stuff, wouldn't it be nice for you to depict some type of artistic way of expressing how French people freed themselves or...
But the thing is, I have no problem talking about what had happened in the past. If you want to talk about Marie Antoinette, talk about it in a tasteful way.
What happened if she wasn't a tasteful person, though?
It doesn't matter. That is part of your history, okay? So that's what I'm saying. Like, of course, within history, there is tragedy, but you can make it beautiful in an artistic way. And they didn't do that. They had rock music. They had drummers and a guitar.
And rock music is not French music.
And it's not French music. And flames of fire. I don't know. Are you letting us know that she's in hell? That's what it is.
Wait a minute.
That's how I saw it.
I'm sorry, but when you got guests in your house, you kind of want to show the best of your culture, right?
Absolutely.
When I saw that with the head right there, I was like, it's some dark history. Come on now, guys. That's not really why we came for the Summer Olympics. Like, we don't see dark history. And honestly, many people were saying, listen, that is French history. Leave it alone. Vive la France. And I was like...
Not our business.
Okay, stay out of it. But everything after that, guys, you cannot deny was so dystopian. Yeah. There was so much imagery, symbolism. Anybody could realize that had nothing to do with France. So one of the first images was this thing over here. I don't know what that is in French culture, but to me that looks like the golden calf. And we all know the golden calf in monotheistic religions. Hello. Yeah. It's found in
Christianity, Judaism, Islam.
Islam too. And in Islam, it represents a certain group, okay, that rebelled against Moses to worship the calf. And these guys were considered to be arrogant, scheming, and all that stuff. So what is it doing there? Yeah. I mean, let's say if it's not representing of those monotheistic religions and those symbolism, what is it then? What is it for?
It's just a statue, huh?
It's a statue? We could have put a goat.
They couldn't put a horse? An elephant? But you choose a golden calf.
Is it a calf? Could be a bull?
Regardless, it's...
What does it mean? I don't understand. Why you guys have it there?
How does that represent France? That's what I'm saying.
This is another clip, guys, from it that went viral. I don't know. It could be Napoleon's soul coming back to avenge his death. I don't know. Could be the French Revolution.
They will have more people in this.
Mechanical horse collecting souls. I don't know what that is.
Regardless, it looks weird.
It looks scary.
Yeah, so people online are saying that this represents the pale horse in Christianity in Revelations.
Oh.
And other people are saying, personally, I thought it was representing the fourth horseman in the apocalypse. So
now with all of that going on, you would think the organizers would probably draw the line right there, okay? That's pretty enough. Like, let's just think about the sports, okay?
Yeah.
Let's just enjoy the show.
But I think this was the straw that broke the camel's back.
And I think a lot of people just turned off their TV and were like, no,
A lot
we're
of people
not
were
having
outraged,
it.
that's for sure.
Yeah, so let's check it out.
Costumes? None other than Louis Vuitton.
Wow. So clearly you can see. Are we seeing what we're seeing here?
We are, you know?
And after that, you get the whole area turned into a banquet hall. And you have this huge platter plate. And then they uncover the lid. And there's this grown man in there who's dressed up in blue. Could be an avatar.
A blue Smurf.
Blue Smurf. And he comes out with his mic. And he's serenading everybody. And then everybody later on breaks out dancing.
Yeah, and there's children there.
Oh, okay. We're going to get to the children too.
Yeah, just to let you guys know.
And so this whole opening ceremony, that scene was supposed to symbolize, according to the organizers, unity, community of tolerance, and love.
Did you guys felt the love?
Did you get that message? Has it been delivered well?
I don't think so. All right. Moving on.
Let's be devil's advocate right now, okay? Right off the bat, the lady in the middle who is wearing that low-rise sequins dress is DJ Barber. Now, she is supposed to be the person that was picked to check off all the inclusivity boxes. She is, she's a proud French Jewish lesbian who's an activist from a plus-size community.
A female.
Okay, and she was wearing that kind of religious halo effect there, even though there's no religion supposed to be involved.
Yeah, apparently.
Okay.
That's what they say.
And the guy that popped out of that dish, his name is Philippe Catherine, I'm saying his name wrong. And then prior to that one was Pichet.
27 years old. Yeah.
Yeah. He's from, I think, Drag France. Okay. They love him. They saying it meant nothing other than that.
Yeah.
Are you telling me the creativity team, you guys had, I'm going to say 100 years at this point, to come up with a creativity way to demonstrate love, peace, and tolerance, and you use that way? And you don't think anybody was going to read the symbolism and the imagery?
They clearly thought we were all dumb. That's what it is. Right? And forget about it. You guys had $130 million to really invest in the artistry in all of this. And you guys had a table, a little flower, a tray, and people who were just sweaty and their costumes weren't that great.
Can we get real, guys? Like, there was no signs of French culture in that scene at all, apart from the people being a French background. Like, let's get real. Like, this looked highly politicized, all right? And taking a dig at religion. But no, they're saying, then they go like, oh, well, it's...
Yeah, like, you can't lie to us and say this is Dionysus, the god of fertility, festivity, fruitfulness,
theater,
vegetation,
wine
and wine,
making.
and the son of Zeus.
And
that's
that
not
was
even
the
your culture. That's not even your culture, right?
And they're
that's
saying...
Greek, that's Greek culture.
Yeah. You ain't Greek.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But not only that, they're saying to you, that scene right there is like a picture taken out of Dionysus' feast.
Yeah.
But when you put the two images side by
It doesn't
side...
look the same. I'm confused.
Yeah, sorry, babes.
You thought we were dumb.
As a matter of fact, a lot of people are saying, nope, that is not the image. It actually looked like Leonardo da Vinci's painting of the Last Supper, depicting, Jesus and the apostles. I was like, I ran to check it out real quick, and I'm like, oh my God,
Yes,
that
it
looks
does.
exactly like it. Because even the girl in the middle, she has that little...
Halo.
Like,
She has a halo.
Why
So
do you
she's
have that on?
representing Jesus. That's what it is. And the rest of them are the 12
yeah.
apostles. So, yeah. Another mock to Christianity.
a dig to religion, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not surprised that people are outraged, especially a lot of Christian French people were very disappointed and ashamed about this. What is it, 2.4 billion people in the world who are Christians?
I think even more than that. And this is what the organizers have to say about it.
Clearly, there was never an intention to show disrespect to any religious group. On the contrary, I think that Thomas Joly really tried to really intend to celebrate community tolerance. That was his word yesterday. And looking at the result of the polls that we shared, we believe that this ambition was achieved. If people have taken any offense, we are of course really, really sorry.
Ma volonté n'est pas d'être subversif, ni de me moquer, ni de choquer. Ma volonté est simplement de dire que nous sommes ce grand nous et que hier soir, c'était des idées républicaines, c'était des idées d'inclusion, c'était des idées de bienveillance, de générosité, des idées de solidarité, bref, de ce que je crois nous avons follement besoin.
Now, they're literally are shocked that you even reacting this way. That's how I see it. They're basically saying, we're sorry that you guys got offended.
You guys got offended, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it wasn't our intention, but, you know, in the end of the day, it seems like they already knew what they were going to do. They're going to do this whole shebang, right? Offend a lot of people, disrespect a religion, and after that, we're going to make some pathetic apology video after
Sorry,
that.
you got offended, but I feel like it achieved the goal that it needs to do.
Yeah.
Which was what? I'm sorry. If you want to carry out your plans like this, do not use an event like the Olympics. And let's say if there is actually internal conflicts within France and their politics and whatnot, what does it have to do with other countries around the world? Don't host the Olympics then and solve your problems.
There was a guy in that whole, you know, behind the table, and he had a body part exposed. And that's what's representing your country?
And
that's what you want to see?
Children. There was a child. Listen, one of their own dancers actually spoke out and said that we weren't trying to depict Dionysus, whatever that guy is. We actually were informed to depict the Last Supper.
There you go.
So the reality is, backtracking makes no sense right now. Be bold about it. But then again, everybody has the right to feel the way they feel.
Exactly.
And if they want to boycott the Olympics, boycott the Olympics. If they don't want to support, they don't have to support. But I don't like the fact that they took how many million of dollars from the taxpayer?
$130 million
for your own agenda. And it's a community of tolerance and peace. It did not look inclusive. It looks like you were just serving one group's
group
agenda. Because think about how many lesbians and whatnot that were actually in the Olympics playing the sports. If they were banned, then I see the problem going on. That's not really inclusive. But they were playing their sports. But you took an opening ceremony and you gave it to a guy who I think lacks creativity completely whatsoever, and probably has internal issues himself, and then he completely tainted French culture. Because right now at this point I don't know French culture. I actually don't know French culture. I know baguettes, croissants, you know,
that's it.
Saxophone. Do they use saxophone? I don't know.
God forbid. Saxophone.
I don't know if they use saxophone. Somebody, they
have
this
thing.
I don't know what that is.
The reality is that there is a lot about French culture, but they didn't display it.
Yeah.
And the hypocrisy in all of this, you had Jill Biden, who said that this was spectacular, like it was fantastic, it was amazing. Here's the clip, you guys.
It was spectacular. The rain did not dampen our spirits. And Casey, honestly, every step of the way, I was thinking to myself, oh my God, how are we going to top this? How are we going to top
what she said? It was spectacular. Sit down, Jill.
Come on, and for people who don't know this and are thinking, what does Jesus have to do with you guys? You guys are Muslim.
Yeah.
Jesus is found in Islam too. Come on now. He's considered to be a prophet in Islam. So we take offense to stuff like this.
Of course. And why not? Listen, in the end of the day, we think this whole event was just very disturbing and very weird. At one point, they even had children going in a boat or something like that. Regardless.
And you remember the UK one? We haven't forgotten about that one. That one was so...
You know what? I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this. The ones who really represented their culture was China. That's how you display being proud of where you're from and showcasing your culture and your traditions. In the end of the day, this was just disturbing, a waste of money.
And way to go to take the whole eyes and attention off of the athletes. Good job, organizers.
Can I say one thing? Mongolia, you guys take the crown for the best outfits. That's it. Mongolia, you did a fantastic job on that.
All right now.
You guys, on that note, please like and subscribe our video, and bye now.